Hello, Namaskar and Adab to all my friends from your friend astrologer and guide Irfan. Once more with you from your very own channel, Astro Assurance. One of the very important things that we focus on in our lives is our career, our work. And that is very important because that is also what gives us livelihood. Most of the time, our livelihood is connected to our work, unless you're born in a very rich family or something like that. However, how many of us are very clear on how a career will manifest, what are the opportunities coming for us, which direction our career will go, what line will we be taking, whether we will have success in that or not, whether we will have good growth in that or not, whether we will enjoy stupendous success or okie dokie success. All these questions are important for us. So sometimes we also choose our careers also basis what we like to do, what our interests are, where our strength lies, where our aptitude lies. So Vedic astrology also gives us some direction of where our career can manifest in terms of how the 10th house is placed, which is the lord of the 10th house, what dignity it is in, what conjunctions it is in, whether it is in a yoga or a dosha, and so on. And that can also be validated through a D9 chart and a Dasam chart. However, what is the biggest harbinger of career or work? That is the 10th house. But the natural ruler of the 10th house is Saturn, because it rules the Capricorn sign. Saturn also determines our karma, and it is a karma also which directs us towards what karma we need to do in this life. It also gives us the organization, the commitment, the loyalty, and the ability to work hard and with relentless effort, with the patience and perseverance that is required to do very well in our careers. And so Saturn becomes a very, very important energy in the horoscope, planet in the horoscope. So one way to look at it is to see how is Saturn affecting our career by virtue of either being the lord of the 10th house in a respective ascendant, or placed in the 10th house, getting in a conjunction with the 10th lord, or aspecting the 10th house or the 10th lord. Or it may also be affecting a career, for example, during its dasha, antardasha, and during the transits over either the 10th house or over the 10th lord. So in that fashion, Saturn definitely affects our career, affects our work, affects the direction we will take, affects the success that we may be able to do, and whether through effort we will get good success or not in our career, in our work. But the other way to look at whether we will get success in our careers or not is by converting wherever Saturn is placed in your horoscope, that sign, that house, into the Lagna, which becomes your Saturn Lagna, which means looking at your career manifestation from your Saturn Lagna. What is Saturn Lagna? Whichever house Saturn is placed in your respective horoscope, convert that horoscope into your Lagna. So for example, if Saturn is placed in the 10th house in Capricorn, then the 10th house in Capricorn sign will become your Lagna, which means Capricorn becomes your Lagna now. Then the Libra sign will become your new 10th house. So wherever Saturn is placed in your horoscope, whichever sign, convert that into the Lagna, and then see these manifestations that I'm talking about and see whether they make sense, because they will throw a lot of light on how your career may go, how your communication may help you in your career, how your efforts may bear fruits, whether teamwork will help you or not. So firstly, once you convert the Lagna, wherever Saturn is placed, into a Saturn Lagna, see what dignity Saturn is in that new Lagna or that sign or the first house. If Saturn was very well placed in your D1 chart, in a good dignity, for example, if it was in Libra, in your 7th house, then it is not only exalted, but it has very high directional strength. So if when you convert the Libra sign with Saturn in it into the Saturn Lagna, which means Saturn is now gone into the Lagna, it is the Saturn Lagna, but it is having a lot of exaltation because it is in Libra sign, and high dignity because of having high directional strength also. So that's how you should see whether Saturn was in good dignity or not in your D1 chart. If it was, then it will continue to have the dignity in your new Lagna also, because you're just converting that house into the Lagna, but you're not affecting the dignity of Saturn. So if Saturn is in very good dignity in your D1 chart, placed in a friendly sign, placed in its exaltation sign, placed in a good yoga, then Saturn, when you convert that into a Lagna, will show that through your hard work, through your effort, through your work, you will be able to enjoy good stature, good dignity, good respect in society, and eventually through your work you will also attain good heights and good prestige and good standing in society. If your second house from your Saturn Lagna, if its Lord is placed in good dignity, if it's placed in the Kendra houses from Saturn or the trine houses, or gets connected to the 10th house, then it means that through your work you will be able to enjoy good remuneration. If it gets into the 11th house from your Saturn Lagna, I mean the second house going into the 11th house, then through your work you will get enough of remunerations to be able to get your wishes and desires completed, fulfilled. If the third house Lord goes into good dignity, goes into the Kendras, goes into the trine houses, or goes into the Lagna, that means through your effort, through your communication, you will be able to do very well in your work, and through that you will be able to influence your work and be able to get good results. If the third Lord, for example, goes into the Lagna itself, then you will also be able to known for good communication, professional communication connected to work. If it's the fourth house Lord, which from your Saturn Lagna goes into good dignity, which means through your work you will be able to make very good assets. Now you should also see whether in your D1 chart your fourth Lord is also strongly placed or not. But the D1 chart fourth house is about general assets which you may buy, which may or may not be connected to your work. However, in your Saturn Lagna, the fourth house is showing you what you will get through your work, not through maybe inheritance, or not through winning a lottery, or not through because your spouse has good house. This shows from your Saturn Lagna, through your own efforts will you be able to make assets or not. The fourth house in your D1 will show in general value whether you will be able to make assets from any source. But in your Saturn Lagna, your fourth house Lord and its position will show whether you will be able to make assets through your work. And if you're making some assets and buying some assets through your work related, then whether they will suffice, whether you will be able to sustain, and whether you will be able to grow them or not. Then from your Saturn Lagna, what is the situation of the fifth Lord? Is your fifth Lord in good dignity? Is it placed well? Is it in the Kendras or the trine houses, or goes into a friendly sign, goes into an exaltation sign? Then that shows the speculative actions that you take connected to your work. This is different from your fifth house in your D1 chart. The fifth house in your D1 chart can be speculation, maybe in the share market, which may not be connected to your work. It is also connected to your children. It is also connected to your romance. In your Saturn Lagna, the fifth house is more connected to your work, which means will you be able to do something that you like to do and you love to do connected to your work rather than as a hobby or an interest. And if it is in good dignity, then it means that you may be able to do what you wish and desire connected to your work. So if you want to convert your hobby into your work, you are an artist and then you want to become a professional artist, then if the fifth house is in good dignity, if it goes into the 10th house, it goes into the Lagna itself, it goes into the 11th house, especially in a friendly sign or exaltation, then you can choose the line of work that you are interested in that and make that your career. If the sixth house from your Saturn Lagna is strong, then it is different from the sixth house in your D1 chart. The sixth house in your D1 chart is in general whether you will serve anyone or not, and it's also about sicknesses, illnesses, competition in general life, which may or may not be connected to your work. But the sixth house in your Saturn Lagna, when Saturn you are put in the Lagna, is about in your work whether you will have a service mindset or not. Which means in your Saturn Lagna, if the sixth house and the 10th house are very strong, that means you have a higher chance of doing better in your service, in a job, working under somebody. However, if your third house Lord, the 7th house Lord and your 11th house Lord are strong, getting into conjunctions, sharing energies in your Saturn Lagna, that means you have a higher chance of getting into business rather than working under somebody. If the 7th house of your Saturn Lagna is very strong, now mind you, Saturn when it goes into the Lagna, it is aspecting your third house, it is aspecting your 7th house, and it is aspecting your 10th house also. So keep that in mind. So if the 7th Lord in the 7th house of your Saturn Lagna are in good dignity, there are benefic planets there, 7th Lord is placed very well. In other Kendra houses or trine houses or in the Lagna itself, it shows that your teamwork will bear you good fruits. This 7th house is different from your 7th house in your D1 chart, which could be about your marriage relationship, which could also be a conjugal relationship. The 7th house in your Saturn Lagna is about your team or your partnership connected to work. which may or may not be connected to your married life. So here 7th house is about whether you will be able to establish good teamwork, whether you will be able to establish good relations at your work, and then be able to utilize them for good results built over a period of time, because Saturn aspect is on the 7th house. Now from your Saturn Lagna, if the 8th house is in good dignity with good benefics placed there, 8th Lord is well placed, especially connected to the 10th house or connected to your 2nd house, even connected to your 11th house, which means this could be a good chance of getting into banking, insurance, tax related, any money related, industrial jobs also, or working in teams in large corporations and getting good results from that. From your Saturn Lagna, if the 9th house is strong, having benefics in that, 9th Lord is well placed, getting into a friendly sign, getting into exaltation, which means you are able to get huge gains from your work, especially connected to your educational qualification related to work, or the experiences you get in your work, whether you will learn from the experiences from your higher ups, from your senior people, from your gurus at work. This is not related to education qualification in your daily life, in your day-to-day life, which is from your D1 9th house. This is 9th house related to your work because of the Saturn Lagna. So through your experiences related to work, whether you will gain or not, based on the dignity of the 9th Lord and the planets placed in the 9th house. Then from your Saturn Lagna, if the 10th house is very strong with benefics in it, and the 10th Lord is very well placed, that means through your hard work, through your commitment, through your dedication and your good relationship with your supervisors, with your authorities, will you be able to do well over a period of time, because Saturn's aspect is on your 10th house when Saturn is in your Lagna. And through your commitment, through your loyalty, through your ability to strike good relations with your supervisors, authority figures, you will rise high in life, you will be able to get good designations, you will be able to get good growth, you will also be able to reach the highest excellence of your job. If the 11th house from your Saturn Lagna is strong, it has good benefics in it, the 11th Lord is well placed, which means can your wishes and desires come true through your work? Sometimes wishes and desires can come true through your marriage. It can come through because some artistic work you are doing which could be separate from your work, but here in the Saturn Lagna it is strongly connected to your work, which means will you be able to work in big brands, will you be able to join large corporations, will you be able to do more for society, will you be able to work in an organization, in a role where you will be able to contribute much more, and through that be able to get gains, through that your wishes and desires will be fulfilled. And then the 12th house being the 12th to the Saturn Lagna, it also shows whether your efforts will go to waste, whether you will be working alone or whether you will be working in a team, whether you will work in a foreign land or you will work in your own country. So the 12th Lord of your D1 chart and your 12th Lord in your Saturn Lagna, are they sharing energies? Are they both of them placed well? Because that could be a stronger manifestation of getting a career in a foreign land and doing well in a foreign land or in foreign companies. Now if Saturn is in your Lagna itself, even in your Lagna chart, then it is a stronger manifestation connecting D1 chart to your Saturn Lagna chart, and based on the dignity of the planets, it will give you a stronger relevance, a strong validity, whether through your work you will be able to attain good results or not, especially if Saturn is in good dignity in your Lagna, in your D1 chart. So friends, validate these results also from your D9 charts placement, from your Dashamsa also. However, Saturn in the Lagna will also throw a lot of opportunities which may come to you during important transits of Saturn, during the Saturn Dasha and during the Sadesati period of Saturn also. It will convey to you what you could expect during those transits, what you could expect during the Antardashas and the Dasha of Saturn, and during important transits both over Saturn and over your 10th house in the Saturn Lagna. So friends, check your D1 chart again, check your Saturn's placement again, convert that into the Saturn Lagna and check. Then validate your results from the 10th house of your D1 chart. You may be able to see many more areas opening up to you, many more areas shown to you, many new directions opening up to you, so that looking both at your D1 chart's placement of the 10th house Saturn and through your Saturn Lagna, you will be able to validate results better, if especially you are feeling stuck so far in your career, in your work. So friends, like this video, share this video, and if you're looking for a personal consultation from me, please reach out to me at the links given below. Till some other time with some other video, this is your friend astrologer and guide Irfan signing off.